Okay, on this evening's project, we're going to do a little rewiring and tuning on one of my H's, Farmall H, and we're going to run a new hot wire for the coil, and I put a new switch in. Up on the operator's platform anyways. So I'm going to try and squeeze this new wire in here. That clip is a little extra tight. Put some new clips on here. Help hold things together. There. Come on. So we'll run the new wire here, and hopefully, if all goes well, we'll get to hear pop off this evening here. And that would be good. We got to get this thing. It would be nice to get this tuned up better. I didn't use it much last summer. I was struggling with stuck valves last year, so hopefully that won't be a problem this year. There, that should about work for there. Grab the as usual, didn't bring all of the proper tools with me over here. Get that twisted. Put the end of it on. And we'll give her a little crimp. Make sure she's on there good. So I got a new switch over here. So we'll put this on there. And get that put in the, there we go. Oops. I gotta have two wires. The exciter wire for the alternator also goes on this spot. That way it shouldn't draw power when we're not working at any. There. close that one up a little bit. There, that clamp is closed. I'll go through and straighten out the wires here a little bit. I'll have to put some zip ties on. We're going to do that. Close the clip so it stays. And we'll take this, and we want to be about there, it looks like. Get the cutter out of my pocket. There. We'll strip the wire. Give her a twist. Put the connector in the tool. Get the wire strung through. Crimp it on. There. Pass the test tug. You always want to test your tug, or pull on it just a little bit. Make sure you got it tight enough. I'm going to use a little bit of liquid tape on the ends here. That'll keep everything sealed up and corrosion down. It's always a problem. Corrosion. But if we can seal things up just a little bit, get it down in there. Okay. I'll let that kind of just stay there. No. Maybe if we do this. There, that'll keep it in position so that the stuff will just kind of drip down in there. Now, we're going to take and put a different coil on here. This one, this coil requires the use of a resistor, which can be trouble. So, we're going to replace that one with a UC15 standard 1305 coil, and we want to put it so that the, oh yes, let's get the liquid tape all over my hands. Okay. We'll have to see if we can spread that out just a little bit. That's a a little tight. Which is pretty typical. You don't want it to be too loose either. There, that's better. Get that slid in about like so. And then let me think here. No, it's not 4/16. Let's see which. Yeah, that's the 3. Okay. We'll get this. Oh, that's not the right size for that side. Of course. Of course, you're watching me struggle bus it here. Of course, it's not. I'm not playing nice. Because it's not. That must be some weird size. Unfortunately. I thought maybe it was. Oh well. Oh, it's in there alright. So, let's tighten it down at least. Well, that seems fairly stable anyways. And we'll put the point and the wire down to the points on the negative side because this is a negative grounded tractor with 12 volts and an alternator. So you always want to, if your battery is negative ground, you always want your negative side of your coil to go to the points. If you're, come on here. Oh my goodness. There we go. You want your negative side of your coil to go to your points. If we're dealing with a positive ground tractor, which is quite often the case with 6 volt, let that tighten down a little bit. Then you would want the positive side of the coil to go to the points because 6 volt is usually positive ground, which might seem a little backwards. But that's the way the engineers always did it back in the day. Last time I tried to run this thing last year, it would run for a while and then quit on me, so that's one of the reasons that I wanted to put this new coil on here, eliminate the resistor, put a new wire on. Just make everything, try to make everything a little nicer. I question whether the resistor was on the correct side of the coil anyways when I had this wired up, because it was before the coil, and I thought, and it had a 12-volt coil on it. I thought usually you only wanted the resistor on that side of the coil when you were running a 6-volt coil on your ignition. So let's see, we got our wire run, we got our coil put in, we got our switch put in. Everything's been hopefully cleaned up so that it conducts well. We got some liquid tape to help keep the water out. So I'm going to find the point file real quick and file the points just so I know they're decent, and then I suppose we'll turn the gas on and give her a try, see if she'll start or what. Let's put the cap back on this before we dry the whole thing out. So I'll bring you back here in a couple. Okay, we're back. Found the point file, so we can get that. Come on. There. Of all the things. We're going to struggle bus on that one too. There. We'll get that out of the way. And the rotor. And the dust cover. And just give them a little file just to make sure they're making decent contact. Well, there. I think they need a little more. A little more filing. There, I think things are working now. We'll give that a try anyways. There. Find the notch. Come on. Why are you so difficult? Oh, it wasn't quite in the notch. Okay, there. So, there we go. So let's give this a try. So, turn the gas on. Neutral safety check. Choke. Ignition. Contact. No choke. Almost. It's a little stuck, so it keeps flooding out. I gotta control the fuel with the valve on the sediment bowl. But it sounds like it's running pretty decent. There she died. Let's see. I don't know if she's out of fuel or 2 months. That's always a good thing to start with. I'm not 100% sure if the ammeter works. It looks like it's working. Should be charging, it looks like. So maybe just a little bit of carburetor cleaning to come on, there. Had to open it up that time. There, it shut off again. Hopefully, well, if I tap on the carburetor, maybe even it'll go. Or maybe it'll just straighten itself out. Now she's loading up. A little hard to find the sweet spot, so I suppose I'll have to drop the bowl off the bottom, try to get it to get the float to work a little better. If I could just run it for a while, that might do it too. But she runs nice, so hopefully if I can keep her tuned up here, we can put the hood back on it. Now that we've run it a little bit here, I'll have to check the oil. But for right now, I don't know, maybe. No. Just a little bit open appears to be about the sweet spot. But I'm going to shut the fuel off now. Ignition off and we'll see. Yeah, it looks like it's charging according to the gauge. Let's see if it goes back to 0. Okay, it went. Okay, it went the other way now. See it? good enough. She appears to be charging, which is good. So, hopefully this year we can get her to just behave and get some use out of it. As I put these new tires on it, there, I put those new tires on it, and I haven't hardly driven it even, let alone used it. So get this tuned up, and then hopefully we can do some mowing with this, some mowing with the bee Alice, and just live our happy life for a while. So that should do it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found it useful.